They say a garden is only as good as its foundation. And for the 2026 season, we're building that foundation from the ground up. You know, it's tempting to just throw seeds in the dirt and hope for the best. But have you ever dealt with dampening off our leggy seedlings that just won't grow? You know, that is the prep, actually, where the magic happens. Today we're going from dirty storage to an indoor setup. I'm walking you through how I sanitize my gear, process my soil to stop pests before they start, and to get my lighting schedule dialed in. So, grab yourself a coffee, roll up those sleeves, and let's start the 2026 gardening season together. Come prepare with me. For 2026, I'm making my plan to be more efficient with the succession crop planting, as well as I really like the taste of those Cherokee purple tomatoes, so I'm going to be growing a bit more this year. Those things were awesome. I made a lot of mistakes last year, mainly due to my lack of preparation for my containers. I don't want to have those same failures again this year. So let's prep together the right way. First of all, using a dry container, utilize a brush to get all the larger debris left over from last year out of the container. For these style containers, also ensure to clean the bottom portion, because bacteria may have been growing on that section as well. With some soap and some water, get all the residuals off of the container. Once all the debris is gone, thoroughly rinse the container. For me, I am now placing all of my containers into a larger container, filling that with water, and then I'm going to make a 1 part bleach to a 9 parts water mixture. A soak with bleach at approximately 10 to 15 minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Will kill all fungus and bacteria. Drain this container and prepare to rinse the equipment. Remember, bleach is an alkaline solution. pH ranges between 11 and 13 depending on concentration. So you want to thoroughly rinse each of these containers to get a pH back to about neutral. Now for the fun stuff. Start off with the sterilized mix. If not, you can sterilize your own potting mix. Pour your mixture into a secondary container. Remember, add water. As dry soil is hydrophobic. It will actually repel water and will leave your seeds thirsty. Mix the water and soil together. When you grab the soil, it wrings out like a wet sponge. Obviously, that is a little bit too wet. So, just add more soil. Added some more soil. Let's see what your results are, Tim. That looks better. Now grab your container and start filling those cells. Once you have those cells filled in, pat down on a hard surface to make sure that you're getting all of those air pockets out. Now go back to your container and top them off. Today I'm going to be starting Walla Walla onions. I'm going to take a couple of seeds out from the package. I'm going to, by hand, place those into the seed container, placing 2 to 3 per each of the cells in this container. We do this to ensure that we get at least one viable seed in each of the cells. Refer to the seed package at the depth that they need to be at. Remember, kind of the key is that you're planting twice as deep as they are wide for each of your seeds. These onions just required a little bit of additional sprinkle on top. A huge reminder, not all seeds were created equal. Make sure to label those puppies using a pen that utilizes indelible ink. Finish it off with a little sprinkle of water. For this style container, there's some vent holes in the top. At the seedling start, you want to ensure that those vent holes remain closed, creating a greenhouse effect. As they start to sprout, then you can start opening them up a bit to let some airflow in. Ah, there they are. For lights, you want them usually 2 to 4 inches off the top of the surface of the soil. Recommended that you have your lights on between 14 to 16 hours on an on cycle with an 8-hour off. Key things to remember here are on this checklist. 1, sanitize. Pre-moisten your soil. Process. Sow 2 times the seed's width. Label, the most important thing in my opinion. Lights, 2 to 4 inches above the soil and for 14 to 16 hours of duration. One thing we didn't cover, airflow. Once your covers are off the containers, either have a small fan.
Like that, the foundation for the 2026 garden is set. It's not the most glamorous part of gardening, but knowing these seeds have clean trays, healthy soil, and the right amount of light gives them the best possible start.
Now we wait for those first green shoots to break through the surface. If you're starting your seeds today, I'd love to hear what's first on your list. Drop a comment below and let's compare notes.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me and preparing with me today. If you want to see how these seedlings are progressing, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Happy growing, and I'll see you in the next one.